A little check 1 2, check 1 2. Welcome to some OSBA men's action tonight. Orangeville Prep national squad, the home team wearing white jerseys with black and silver trim. Going to go up against Hodan Prep, formerly known as Vaughn, wearing blue jerseys with white trim. I'm Chris McKee. Appreciate you tuning in. Well, if you were here for the ladies' game, you just missed one of the best games I've ever seen in this gym. Orangeville Prep ladies came back from about 13, 14 points at halftime to win comfortably over Bond, so impressive stuff. Let's hope this men's game doesn't disappoint as well. Well, I explained this during the first game. I'm a little bit banged up, fighting a bit of a cold, starting to feel human once again. Things starting to mellow out. I haven't been able to work out in about 8 or 9 days. I've just been going for walks. I normally run 6K every morning. I've just been walking instead. That winter bug season kicking in, but I'm starting to feel a little bit more. The best thing I did was come up here and do this. If you sit around, lie around, you feel lifeless, and now I feel human again. Well, appreciate you guys tuning in out there. If you are listening in YouTube Streamland, I cannot see the comments on the YouTube. Any issues or concerns, hit me up on Twitter at Mr. McKee, MRMCKEE. And if I'm saying a name wrong, if it's too loud, too low, whatever. So normally by this time, I've called about 4 or 5 Orangeville men's games. I've only done one with a depleted squad. Half the squad wasn't even playing because they just come back from Utah in the EYBL League. And Larry Blunt resting load management. High school kids getting load management, if you can believe that. I'm waiting for them to do the announcements. We're waiting for the scores table. They usually do it. And when that happens, I'll stay quiet. We're not there yet. So a bit of a chilly night up here in the Orangeville area. Still a little bit better than this time of year and years past. Knock on wood, no snow on the ground. I'll deal with just a little bit of a chilly drive. And I don't know what we're waiting on as far as the pregame introductions. It usually stops when the music stops, so someone needs to stop the music so we can get to the introductions. So as far as players to watch, well, now I can finally be quiet because here they go. They're going to do the introductions. Give me a minute. Oh, okay, for Christmas. Nice. Well, happy holidays. So one of the dads on the women's team coming to say hello. So here we are, Orangeville Prep National Squad. Starting things off, TJ St. Louis, the big man, as the center. Number 15, Caden Stuckey. Number 3, Oliver Engen. Remy Tissington as well out there. Remy's wearing number 22. Number 10, Jack McMahon. And David Popa misses on his first go for Hodan. So Hodan starters, mentioned number 3, Popa. Number 8, Jaden Lee. 24, Saad Chowdhury. 35, Dante Sensori Hercules, which is a play-by-play announcer's dream. And number 1, Ryan Rigault. I wasn't sure if he was going with the French pronunciation. Coaches say no, stolen, and denied. TJ St. Louis. He was a little lackadaisical on that pass. And then that drops Dante Sensori Hercules. So we should have a good one here tonight. Both teams fairly evenly matched. Last year did this game, and Orangeville would have been heavily favored. And then David Popa, number 13, out there for Hodan, came in this gym and absolutely torched Orangeville with one of the best three-point shooting performances ever in this gym. Engen, with the shot clock winding down, heaves it up, no good. And Jaden Lee up to Sensori Hercules. Popa to Rigault in the corner. No good. Here comes Jack McMahon. We'll talk about Jack all throughout the broadcast tonight. Caden Stuckey, easy lay-in. Stuckey, the American from Plano, Texas. Lee, corner 3, no good. Here comes Engen. Ollie. Oh, that was lovely. Ollie floats through the Hodan defense. Nice little jump shot. Oliver Engen. Orangeville out front 4-2. Quick pace to start things off between both teams here. Rigault working off the screen from Chowdhury. Kick back to Chowdhury. Saad misses it. Here comes Orangeville. Stuckey. I went to go watch Orangeville boys last Tuesday over at Royal Crown in Scarborough, which is closer to my house, and they were flat. A lot of guys, Jack McMahon, one of those guys not playing in that game. Tissington inside to TJ St. Louis. And it drops the big man off to a good start. 7-footer from Brampton. He's a youngster. He's a class of 2026, so he's got some growing to do. Already 7 feet tall. Popa, kick out to Chowdhury. Just blew by St. Louis, and then, denied Stuckey. Not in my house. Well, in that game against Royal Crown, Caden Stuckey, one of the few bright spots for Orangeville. They ended up making a game. It wasn't a game. I watched the first 3 quarters. It was a 30-point lead. I left after 3, and they chipped it down to about 11 or 12, but I think Royal Crown playing their kids at that point. Lee, turnaround jump shot, doesn't go. Rebound, Engen. So Ollie, a guy who's grown so much, both physically and literally, over the past year or so. His game rounding into form, is becoming one of the better point guards in the OSBA. That one tossed a couple rows deep. Well, full house tonight, seeing lots of university jackets in recruiting these boys. The Queen's University coaches here again. They're here in pairs. I see TMU in the house as well, one of the assistants, which is the old Ryerson. I still call it Ryerson. And I'll let you know if I see anyone else in a minute. Popa, kick out. Rigault in the corner. Ryan Rigault, swish. 1 point lead now for Orangeville. 6:25 to go, first quarter. Ollie attacks and drops Oliver Engen. And the flex after a well-deserved ollie. Let him know. Ollie off to a good start. A couple quick baskets. Chowdhury. Sensore Hercules. Love that name. Rigaud attacks. It's so funny. We're talking about Hercules. I'm a big Jeopardy guy, and one of the categories I'm terrible at is Greek mythology. So I sat and watched a couple Greek mythology documentaries last night. Remy Tislington, little two-point jumper, to try to get a little bit more familiar. So hopefully I can drop some Greek mythology references for Sensore Hercules tonight. Pull-up jumper doesn't go. Knocked out of bounds by Lee. How is that still Hodan ball? Lee knocked that out of bounds. Well, Hodan catches a break. Orangeville up 10-5. St. Louis to the bench. Owen Kenny comes in for the first time tonight. Owen, another guy that's just, his game has grown exponentially over the past 12 months. As well as him and Jack McMahon, two guys that were part of the provincial squad last year, and now here key figures for the national team this year. Nathan Carr misses on his first go. He's just come in. Chowdhury for three, doesn't go. Rebound Stuckey. Tislington. And Kenny can't get a handle on it. A little too hot for him. Oliver Engen saying, be ready, man. So coming in for the first time was Joel Campbell. I've yet to see him. It's my first look at him. Tripped up. Looks like Kenny going to get called with that. No. Two. Calling that on Remy? Vlad Popa, the brother of David, now into the game. He'll inbound. We've also got Josiah Roberts out there. Hodan, pretty deep bench. Lots of talented guys. Carr, as the shot clock expires, ripped away by Owen Kenny. Tough rebound like that. Here comes Orangeville. Tislington pulls up from just inside the free throw line, and that's ripped away by Rigaud. Hey, you got to love that. So Rigaud, he goes about 6 foot, and he just ripped that out of Stuckey. He's a much bigger dude than him. Stuckey goes 6'7", but Stuckey's got a college body on him already. You know, some of the kids you say, oh, when he gets to college, he's going to get bigger. No, Stuckey's already got that college frame. Big dude. Doesn't skip arm day. Not too many of these young guys skip arm day. It's leg day they skip. Campbell will inbound to McMahon. So Jack McMahon leading the Nike EYBL League in three-point shooting and percentage. Kenny, corner three, swish. Owen Kenny. Good start for him off the bench. 13-5, all Orangeville in the opening minutes. Hodan yet to get revved up. They got to get Popa going. Popa, one of the best shooters in the country. You could argue he's the best. He's definitely top three. And then on cue, David Popa. Swish. You know, you talk about the announcer's jinx sometime. Not that time. Popa right on cue. Stuckey for three. Too much. Well, Kenny gets the rebounds. Leaves it for Tislington. Easy lay-in for Remy. Well, you got the kid, Andrew Urosevic, who's down playing in Arizona. That was at Ridley last year. And then you got Popa. Those are the two best Canadian shooters from behind the arc in the country. So you could argue Popa is the best still in Canada right now with Urosevic down in Arizona. 3:26 to go. 15-8. Popa from Richmond Hill. You know, I always do, game notes, Google all the players. Obviously, I know Popa from him being up here last year, 2 of 2. But not a lot of information, a lot of the Hodan guys. It's weird. They have almost like some of the names you see, there's 10 guys playing college basketball with the same name. Popa. Rebound Campbell. McMahon had a good chat with Jack pregame. He was out just shooting warm-up shots before the girls' game. And he was like, man, I've been putting in the work. I talked about his success at the EYBL level. Campbell, put it up, young man. And as the shot clock was expiring, rims out for him. We're seeing number 10, Quentin Trudell. He's a guy I know pretty well, having called some BioSteel games over the past couple of years. Trudell a part of that. Unfortunate. The Sensore Hercules steps out of bounds. 15-10. Mention any issues if you're out there in YouTube land. Drop me a line on Twitter at Mr. McKee. Just checking my messages. Looks to be all good. McMahon. Swish. Jack McMahon. We talked about that work he's been putting in. This is a guy that was a part of the provincial squad last year and not even a regular. He was kind of a bench player on that team. Here now leading the Nike EYBL League in three-point percentage. And you can see why right there. Quick three. Lee. No response from Hodan. Lee will try it again, attacks, and denied St. Louis, the big man. So he's got to learn not to jump. So St. Louis just jumped right there and gets called with a foul. You're 7 feet tall. Just put your hands up and try and obstruct the shot. No need to jump. Especially against a guy, Jaden Lee, listed at 6'5". So TJ got a good 7 inches or so on the attacker. No need to jump. Lee hits the first. 18-11. Two for two for Lee. Lead at 6. Campbell slips, trying to come get the inbound. Campbell weaving, leaves it for McMahon. And horrible handoff exchange. The two of them messing around with it. And Popa up and under. Goes underneath the block of the 7-footer St. Louis, David Popa. Kenny hit his first one, misses on that one. Chowdhury finally gets involved. Saad Chowdhury for 3. Chowdhury, 6'9", been a part of the BioSteel Next Ones last year. And so after a tough start, Hodan regroups, chipping away at that lead. Now Orangeville only leading by 2 as we go to timeout, 18-16. I'm Chris McKee, appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget, click subscribe, that red button. Stay up to date on all things Orangeville Prep. Get notified anytime we have another game. Well, I'll be back up here Thursday night, 8 p.m. Orangeville playing again. I forget who they're playing, so don't shoot me. Mentioned fighting a little bit of a cold on the tail end of it, so my brain not 100%. Certainly not my voice there either, but I can feel it getting a little better. I just want to go for a workout, a run, something to sweat. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have the energy. We'll hit up my Instagram, undrafted_FA. I'm always posting interviews with the players and highlights. We'll try to keep track on some of the Orangeville alumni as well, OSBA alum. Big shout out to Jahari Williamson, the Royal Crown Guard, been playing really well for Valparaiso in his freshman season. Saw he had his career high already, 20 points earlier this week. For Valpo, obviously, Darius Diavero, former Orangeville guy, down there as well. Also, big shouts to Ben Hendricks, now Ball State, fifth-year guy, and been dealing with a bunch of injuries, finally coming into his own, getting a couple starts with Ball State, and becoming a key contributor. Here's Engen. Ollie Weaven got a couple baskets already. Kenny's got 1-3, pulls up from the free throw line, and short. So 51.3 to go. And Caden Stuckey back in. Roberts, another guy that's been a part of BioSteel over the past couple years. Lee switches to his left hand. Nicely done, Jaden Lee. Impressive. Clock. Well, the game clock and shot clock identical, so Orangeville can hold for the last shot of the quarter. Engen guarded by Roberts. Ollie looking for help off a screen somewhere. Someone's got to go to him. Ollie just got away with an offensive foul. And McMahon misses on the three. And I'm with Josiah Roberts. Roberts got up and he was like, what the hell? He just got flattened by Stuckey almost on a body check. And they got away with one. Either way, the end of one as you were. Both teams tied at 18. I'm Chris McKee. Appreciate you tuning in. Well, after the Orangeville ladies game before they beat Bond, this game's got a lot to live up to. So far, so good. 18 apiece. So just responding to some messages on Twitter. One sec. Well, the holidays upon us, so happy holidays to everyone out there, regardless of what you celebrate. I'm too old to celebrate Christmas. I've stopped caring. My son did come home from university today. I've yet to see him because I've been up here. Hopefully when I get home, I'll see him, unless he's out with his buddies. But I got to buy him something. That's about it. I'm too old for Christmas. It's one thing when the kids are young. You know, of course you got to do Christmas and make sure they turn out normal. But as you get older, I'm like, Both my kids in their 20s now, so I don't got to worry about that too much. The Grinch That Stole Christmas, me. Well, Orangeville off to a good start. And then Hodan started to play some good defense and hit shots of their own. David Popa woke up. Big three, and then a nice little lay-in underneath the 7-footer, St. Louis. No one guy on Orangeville yet to get really going, but Owen Kenny with a three, Jack McMahon with one. Couple baskets for Ollie Engen as well. Well, they got the 7-footer St. Louis. He's the biggest man on the floor, so they got to get him involved because the tallest guy on Hodan is 6'9" Chowdhury, but he's not necessarily traditional 5 where he's going to be able to battle with a 7-footer St. Louis. So feed the big man in the paint, see what he can do. Sensore Hercules, finger roll. And there was a foul on that. So Dante to the free throw line. Well, one of my favorite Saturday Night Live skits of all time. Chris Farley, obviously R.I.P. a legend. He used to be a fashion designer named Dante. Go look that one up on YouTube. Well, Dante Sensori Hercules from just down the road at Caledon. So local kid, has got to be familiar with this gym. Orangeville weaving. Jack looking to get that shot going. Shot clock at 6. McMahon put it up, Jack. Shot 3, 2, 1. Engen recognizes it's off. Hits rim, so it's still alive. St. Louis, the big man can't get it to go. Here comes Popov for Hodan. Good ball movement. Lee. No, never. I'm with McMahon on that one. He caught it, put it on the ground. Alas, the call made. Hodan, 2-point lead. Lee, too casual, but saves himself. Rigaud, swish. Ryan Rigaud. It's his second 3 of the game. Now Hodan up 5. McMahon looks good. Jack McMahon feeling it. 3. I dropped my pen on that one. Engen. Kenny, corner 3, in and out. Oh my goodness. That's Nathan Carr now, the response. So we're raining 3s here at the Athlete Institute. Both sides heating up from behind the arc. McMahon, just the young guy that's put the work in and is starting to develop into one of the best 3-point shooters in the country. Ollie Engen, and 1. 26-23. So while he takes this free throw, I'm going to get my pen. Give me 1 second. All right, I've retrieved my pen. I got to make notes during the games. Who's in, who's what, so I need the pen. Here we go, Orangeville. Stuckey to Engen, up and under, Oliver Engen. Tied at 26. And Remy Tissington got a hand on that, trying to steal, knocks it out. Still going to be Hodan ball. Carr just hit that 3. Number 20, Quentin Alexander, out there as well for the first time tonight. Rigaud attacks off the glass, and he's fouled. Ryan Rigaud will shoot some free throws. Rigaud previously at St. Mike's, the Cary Blues. I was talking about that during the women's game, actually. You know, before there was all these prep schools and all that, now the OSBA, obviously the cream of the crop in Canada, St. Mike's was one of the premier basketball programs in the country. Leo Routens played at St. Mike's. You know, I played in the TDCAA at Neil McNeil, and St. Mike's was always the cream of the crop. We could never beat them. We couldn't beat St. Mike's in too many sports. But I miss that, the rivalry with the all-boys schools between Neil McNeil, St. Mike's, De La Salle. That's on the Catholic side, and of course, Upper Canada College. That's on the really wealthy side. You got money, you go to St. Mike's. You got a lot of money, you go to UCC. Ollie Engen up and over a couple defenders, doesn't go. Here comes Hodan. Carr. Kick out. Carr looking for help. Popa. He doesn't need much space. That one doesn't drop. Orangeville the other way. Engen out to Tissington. So someone out of position there on Orangeville because he had two guys in the same area. And it made for some awkwardness, and here we are now. We're going to have to struggle with the shot clock winding down. Engen smothered defensively, but over top a couple defenders. Oliver Engen using the backboard, old school. Love it. Orangeville now back in front by 1. 5:46 to go. Carr. Dylan Jones out there, first hoop tonight. Jones of 2024. Hodan going deep into that bench. Orangeville with 5 guys on the bench. Mentioned Johan Munch, one of their stars, back home in Europe. And there's Remy Tissington. A couple other guys just getting rests. And then Hodan, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the bench. Jones to Carr. He's a little floater. Nathan Carr. Hodan back in front by 1. Back and forth we go. Evenly matched first half. Ethan Brown seeing his first minutes. He's the Colgate commit. Number 11 just out there. Brown from Peterborough. And Engen is fouled by Saad Chaudhry. Ollie shooting some free throws. Ollie at 2024. I feel like he's been here for 6 years. It's only about 3 or 4. Mentioned Ollie from Kingston. Got to think those Queen's University coaches. Got to have him at the top of their list as far as recruiting goes. I've talked about this in the past in broadcasts. I did volleyball commentating for Queens for a year, going back to like 2017-18. One of the most beautiful campuses in the country. So lovely. I wish I would have went to Queens. Long three, no good. Ball bouncing around. Oh, and Kenny steals it. Kenny, and he wanted the highlight reel dunk, but he ends up just with 2. He'll take it, though. Orangeville now back in front by 3. Popa weaving underneath. Jones just tossed that into the stands. Way too casual. Fundamentals, young man. You had a wide open guy in the corner for 3. You were going for style points when you could have went nice, easy bounce pass or an old school chest pass. You know, with my son playing OUA soccer, I've got to see a lot more campuses that maybe I haven't seen. Queen's still up there. Guelph, I was so impressed. I'd never been to Guelph. I've been to Guelph, the city, but never been to the university till this year, and stunningly beautiful, the campus. Of course, Western, always top of the list. U of T Toronto, not necessarily Scarborough or Mississauga. Was at the UT Scarborough Pan Am Center on the weekend calling games for the girls. Pope on the corner, short. Stuckey leaves it for Remy. Oh, good ball movement. And I don't know what Campbell was doing. He blew by everyone and then just stopped. Ethan Brown, two-handed dunk. Big time for the Colgate commit. Well, Ethan Brown just woke up the gym, fresh off the bench. Puts Orangeville in front by 5. So Ethan, one of those guys, nowhere near his ceiling. Hasn't been playing basketball that long. Was a star volleyball player. He's a two-sport athlete. You know, I talked about, I did volleyball commentating. I don't know why he wouldn't try to play two-sport. Now, the only problem is they play at the same time. The volleyball and basketball seasons overlap. That would be the only reason why you couldn't do both, but I don't know. I'd try it. If you're good at something, why give up one? That's the thing. When you do volleyball, the size of these dudes, like some big men, especially in the OUA. So, you know, in basketball, obviously, NCAA basketball Division I, it tops U Sports. In the OUA, obviously, we do have some great basketball here, but the NCAA is significantly better. In volleyball, that's not the case. Both on the men's and women's side, our men and women on volleyball are just as good or better than most NCAA programs. I remember going to watch McMaster volleyball a couple of years ago destroy Ohio State down at McMaster, who were the national champs in NCAA, came up here over Christmas a couple of years ago, and McMaster just ran over them. And so it's only basketball, really. The soccer here is comparable to what you'll see in the NCAA. Only the hoops, really, and the hockey probably would be significantly better in the NCAA. Roberts attacks floater. Josiah Roberts doesn't go, gets his own rebound, and the putback. Josiah Roberts. Campbell. You can see his speed. Kind of glides out there. Roberts ripped that out of Remy. Clever. Here comes Rago. And Hodan's defense, almost turned into a bucket, didn't drop. And then a silly foul by Roberts. Roberts is playing some great D, but he's got to contain himself. That was unneeded. You know, you're all the way down under the opponent's hoop, fouling a guy for no reason when there's 2 or 3 of you in blue smothering him. And it's not the point guard with the ball to be able to dribble out of it. So just situational awareness. That's the one thing you see lacking at the OSBA level. I see it 1,000 times over. These kids don't watch enough basketball. They all want to play NCAA basketball, but 90% of them don't even watch it. It's like, well, why do you want to play there if you don't watch it? Engen. Denied. So Roberts just picks up 2 quick fouls. He wasn't allowing that poster dunk for Engen. No, he's not coming out. I thought Roberts would have come out. Quentin Trudell back in. 36-30, 2:18 to go in the half. Good one here up at the Athlete Institute. Knock on wood, traffic was fairly decent heading up. One of the reasons why we got a pretty decent crowd here tonight. Orangeville ladies team on the other side. You can see them in the background behind the men's bench. Big win earlier. One of my favorite games I've ever called up here. That was great. Engen converting free throws. 5-point lead for the hometown Orangeville Prep Bears. Sensore Hercules, floater from just inside the free throw line. And it drops. Miscommunication. Stuckey bounces that out of bounds. Him and Engen not on the same page on that one. 3-point ball game. Rigaud has been good tonight, wide open. He's explosive. Gets his own rebound. Back to Lee. Take the shot, man. And just dove on the floor. He had a wide open look and now just turned it over. These young guys think too much sometimes. React, B. Just be. Find your inner zen. Go read a Phil Jackson book. And good defense from Sensore Hercules. But it's still going to be Orangeville ball. You know, I was down at I talked about this during the other game. I went down to watch Purdue, Alabama, and Toronto foul off the ball. Who's that on? It's on St. Louis. I didn't see what it was, but yeah, I was watching Zach Edey and Purdue take on Bama. Purdue won. Zach Edey had 35, I think, in the win. But the size of Alabama, just huge. I mean, Zach Edey huge, obviously, but Alabama massive. I was, standing next to them. I was outside the change room interviewing some of the players and coaches. Also TCU, led by Emmanuel Miller, former Bill Crothers guy. Fifth-year player for TCU. I think he's going to be an all-Big 12 selection. Of course, the older brother of Leonard Miller, now with the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then Clemson University beat TCU, was undefeated going in. Clemson's good, too. Got to interview 3 of the Clemson guys. You realize the genetic backgrounds of dudes when you're chatting with guys. I was chatting with a young man, RJ Godfrey. Was like, hey, you've been to Canada before? And he was like, yeah, I've been to Victoria. When my dad played for the Seattle Seahawks in the NFL, we used to go up. And you're like, oh. That's the genetic. His dad was Randall Godfrey. He played for the Cowboys for years, Seahawks, Tennessee Titans, one of the best linebackers for a decade in the NFL. And then it was a buzz. So later that night, I decided, because I took the GO train down, I was like, you know what, I'm downtown. Might as well go have a few drinks because normally I always drive. It's like I might as well take advantage of it. So I went for a beer or two, and I was walking along Queen Street in the pouring rain. I mean, thunderous rain. And we're talking December. I seen some kid wearing shorts, and this is 4 hours after game time, miles away from where the arena was. And I made fun of this kid. It's like, hey, kid, you wearing shorts in December. He's like, I'm not even from here. We start chatting. He's one of the TCU players. We ended up chatting for like 15 minutes, walking all the way down to Union Station together. He's on a medical red shirt, the kid, so he wasn't playing. .104 to go, 38-35. I'll get back to that in a sec. But that kid's brother, who I was chatting with, Tyler Longdale, I think his brother plays in the NFL. He's the center for the Seattle Seahawks as well, right now. Orangeville ball. But yeah, when I was chatting with the kid, Tyler, he says, I worked in music. I went on tour. I always made a point, every city you go to, go out of the hotel, walk around, have dinner, soak in the city. And that's what he was doing. He goes, my teammates, we get off the plane, they sit in the hotel and order Uber Eats, never see any of the city. He goes, I want to experience everything everywhere I go. McMahon misses on that 3. So hopefully some of these guys in Orangeville do the same thing when they're on the road. 40.5 to go. Orangeville in front. This one, we got a lot of hoops left. This one's going to go back and forth all night. No team really kind of separating or creating any kind of separation. Evenly matched. St. Louis, Engen, and no one there on the other end of his pass. And David Popa gets Hodan back to within 1. What was the call? Another foul on Roberts. So Roberts picking up cheap fouls when he doesn't need to. Time on the floor. 9.5 to go. So, yeah, getting back to that, watching the NCAA hoops in person, I always talk about the speed at which they get up the floor. So these guys here, there's a rebound or transition. They're going at about 70% speed. Not at that level. It is full sprint, full 100%. They're not saving themselves for, well, I got a game Thursday, and then we got EYBL on the weekend, so I don't want to run too much. There's none of that. It is full-blown. You put 100% effort out there nonstop. You're not saving yourself for anything. Well, I think these guys got to do that because I wonder, there's not a lot of value in some of the games they're playing. Orangeville resting guys, so they don't. What's the value in this game if you're not trying to win every single time with your best players? So big shout out to my guy, Josh Milligan. The Maple Minute scouting over sitting behind the scores table. Just spotted him. He does a good job of scouting the players. Ollie Engen. Ollie rated as a 3-star recruit on 24/7 in the U.S., which is cool to see. Nice to see him getting some recognition. Two for two. Last shot. Popa attacks off the glass, no good. Sensore Hercules. Popa, third time. And then Hodan had 4 cracks on it. Nobody could score. So at the end of the first half, Orangeville will take a 3-point lead into the locker room, 40-37. I'm Chris McKee. Appreciate you tuning in. Give me 10 minutes. We'll be back for the start of the second half. We'll check 1-2. Welcome back for the start of the second half. OSBA men's action with Orangeville Prep leading a tightly contested affair by 340-37. No real team creating separation right now. At this point, it's kind of whichever team's got the ball last going to get that W. So as far as top scorers, David Popa with 9. Oliver Engen with 17. Wow, I knew he had quite a few. I didn't realize he had 17, but that's pretty impressive. Engen now, ball in his hand. Kick out to McMahon. No good. Rebound Popa. So on the floor for Hodan, David Popa, 13, ball in his hand. Number 8, Jaden Lee. Number 24, Saad Chowdhury. Pump fake, step back 3 for Chowdhury, short. Also, number 1, Ryan Rago just ripped that rebound. Popa not there, and 35. That's Sensore Hercules. For Orangeville, number 10, McMahon. 22, Remy Tissington. 3, Oliver Engen. 15, Caden Stuckey. And 20, TJ St. Louis. Popa, long 2. Ooh, no good. Tissington ahead to Engen. And a follow from Stuckey, 42-37. Popa, Chowdhury, yet to get going from 3. He's ice cold and throwing up bricks. There's just no fluidity to what he's doing. He needs an easy shot. Fake the 3, attack, get a little jump shot going, and the 3s will come. Engen, Euro step, denied. At least Chowdhury getting it done defensively. Dante Sensore Hercules from the bottom of Mount Olympus. Nice lay-in over an Orangeville defender. St. Louis. Ooh. McMahon. Shot clock at 5, 4, 3. Kick out, Stuckey, corner 3. Air ball. Oh, good D from Engen. Smashed it off Lee's knee, bounced out of bounds, turnover. We'll mention if you are out there in YouTube Streamland, drop me a line on Twitter at Mr. McKee. Let me know if the sound is all right, any issues with names, whatever it may be. Also hit up my Instagram, undrafted_FA. I'll be posting some highlights and clips. Try to get some interviews after the game as well. And Dante Sensore Hercules, back-to-back buckets for Hodan. And the lead back down to 1. Tissington, Remy little short jump shot. All net, Remy Tissington. He's got a sweet stroke. Popa yet to get revved up. When he came up here last year against Orangeville and just shot the lights out. I think he put up about 40 in that game. I can't remember. It was a lot. It was one of those games, if there was a Vegas betting line, Orangeville would have been favored by 15, and then Hodan came and just ran us over. McMahon to St. Louis, and air ball from 4 feet. Use the glass, big man. Go watch some Tim Duncan highlight reels. Always loved Tim. He always used the glass. He'd call glass on shots. It's a lost art these days. Roberts. It's Vlad Polpa's out there as well, number 11. Travel called. Oh, Engen back in. Engen looking for space out to Remington. Kick out. Or sorry, Tissington. It's Remy Tissington. Ollie drives off the glass. Ollie Engen. Yes, my man. Well, I had Ollie join me to do a half during one of the provincial games a couple weeks ago. Joined me in the broadcast booth. That was cool. Stuckey, why not? Bingo! Caden Stuckey from range. 8-point lead, largest of the game for Orangeville. Well, maybe since the first quarter. Actually, it's largest in the second half. Roberts, kick out. Carr, and it drops just as the shot clock was expiring. Nathan Carr. Hodan settles things down with that hoop. St. Louis. Shot clock at 1, put it up. That was an ugly possession for Orangeville, a whole lot of nothing. That's got to be a charge. It is. Vlad Polpa, he didn't need to kind of lean into the defender. He could have just pulled up and shot it off the glass. Turnover. Owen Kenny back in, as well as Ethan Brown. Tissington doing double duties, wiping the sweat off the floor. Remy to McMahon. Tissington, pull up, shoot, you had it. You beat your defender. And then had that too many extra moves. Roberts. Josiah Roberts off the glass as well. 49-45, 4:13 to go, third quarter. Scrappy third quarter. Not a lot of room to operate for either team. See, these teams so evenly matched. McMahon, no good. Here comes Hodan. Roberts pulls up, free throw line, air ball from the free throw line. Quentin Alexander back into the game, number 20 for Hodan. Tissington to Kenny, put it up. Brown, as the shot clock expires, hits rim and it'll roll out of bounds. Orangeview's last couple offensive possessions have been really ugly. It's a bunch of guys running around in circles playing hot potato, and nobody wants the shot, and then they wait. Everyone looks up and they realize there's 1 second left on the shot clock. They just got to be a little bit more measured than this. They're not playing with freedom. It's too much within a system. Kick out, take it, Tisington. No good, but that's a bit more like it from Orangeville. You got an open shot, take it, stop thinking about it. Popa, that's Vlad Popa. Vlad the Impaler for 3. 49-48. Engen over top of Popa, and the response from Orangeville, all he having a night. It's got to be 20 for him then. Vlad underneath to Carr. Nathan Carr up and under. Back and forth we go. Good one here at least. Brown. Doesn't drop. And stepped out of bounds. Happens every single game. Every visiting opponent comes up here and gives away 6 to 10 points a game by stepping out of bounds. It's the little things. Details, man. Demetrius Wood, number 24. He's at 20-28. Owen Kenny and one. Took a good shot to the chest, but he still finished. Owen Kenny. Owen from Barrie, Ontario. Also played with Simcoe United. Was a part of the BioSteel Next Ones last year. When I went to go watch him play against Royal Crown, he was really one of the few bright spots for Orangeville. Was really good in that game. McMahon, too much. Shot clock at 5, 4, 3. Fadeaway jump shot doesn't go. Popa too slow with that pass, and it doesn't go. Rago was sitting there in the corner wide open for a while and head down, not paying attention. Keep the head up, boys. Engen to Brown. You know, Brown's got a significant height advantage over Roberts. Should have took that shot. Instead, McMahon will, and it doesn't drop for him. You know, Ethan Brown, they got him listed at 6'9", and then Roberts listed at 6'3", which may be generous, about 6'1", 6'2". Rago attacks. And then over top of Ethan Brown. Tough basket. Ryan Rago. And that'll do it for the end of 3. So I said somewhere around the second quarter, last team with the ball is going to win this, and it's shaping up that way. 1-point game. Neither team creating any sort of separation. That third quarter was kind of ugly for both teams. We played some beautiful basketball in the second quarter. That was a little bit scrappier. Well, I'm Chris McKee. Appreciate you tuning in. 1 quarter to go on the second of 2 games, doubleheader going on. No DJ tonight, which sucks, because I usually like when they're bumping tunes in between. Helps keep the vibe going, keeps the energy in the gym up. But alas, not tonight. In years past, we've had like an actual DJ for the whole game, just like the Raptors. Shout out to Four Corners. My guy Kirk from Four Corners, he's been the Raptors DJ for years. going back to the early 2000s when nobody cared about the Raptors. Kirk was about it, and now that gig is turned into something big time. Used to go to Raptors games. I was going to Raptors games when they played in the Sky Dome first year, back in 95 and 96 and all that, before they even played in the Scotiabank Arena. And even in the early 2000s with the Pop Sows, and there was a Jamaria Moon, early Mo Pete days, empty arena. And then they became cool probably about 10 years after that. Well, last team with the ball wins. So here, the way this game's gone, free throws will be key here in the fourth quarter. Who can finish? And then defensively, who's going to be better? Both teams kind of evenly offensively. It's who can create turnovers, create steals, blocks. That'll be the fourth quarter. Sensore Hercules. Kick out. We've got Xavier Campbell seeing his first action. And that was Josiah Roberts. So tough. You throw a guy out in the fourth quarter. Xavier Campbell hasn't played a lick, and now out here in the fourth quarter, that's got to be tough. I also think that's unfair to players, because it's how are you expected to match what everyone else in the game's been doing for the past 90 minutes when you've been sitting there ice cold. So it's tough. Popa not at his best tonight. Rago showing his handle. Silly. Kick out. Roberts just hit one. Sensore Hercules off the glass for two. And now the guess. Hodan out in front. 57-53. Engen pull-up jumper, and it drops. Oliver Engen. Well, he's had a night. It's been the hot hand for Orangeville all evening. Roberts. Popa, short jump shot, and it drops. David Popa. Kenny. McMahon, shot clock 3, 2, 1. And again, they're just messing around with the ball, handing it off for 23 seconds, and then they look up and they realize there's 1 second left. Let them play. Kick out. Rago had a wide open three, didn't take it, attacks. And he'll shoot some free throws though. $7:25 to go. Rigaud, a 2024. No good. There's Engen. Engen. Shot clock at 3, 2, 1. A floater, and it drops. Ollie Engen. 3-point game. Hodan leads the visitors. Feet inside. And first basket of the game for Xavier Campbell. Campbell, a 2025. Ethan Brown, fingertip. Finger roll, doesn't drop. 62-57. So I mentioned Brown from Peterborough, already committed to Colgate. Played at Adam Scott High School in Peterborough before coming to Orangeville. So he's one of those guys that, again, hasn't been playing hoops that long. Just a great athlete. He's got these physical tools. I wouldn't be surprised if he got redshirted next year at Colgate. And he's a bit of a project, but he's got some outstanding athleticism. And if he can kind of get it together, he's got natural size and ridiculous hops. He's got to work on his hands as far as catching. We know he can jump out the gym. And then as he gets to the college level, develop that three-point shot. Well, he's upset about something now. I can see Brown came out after that free throw, and he's ticked off about something. Got one of the assistants talking him off the edge. Don't know what it's about. Well, Gus Gimenopoulos done a good job with his Hodan lads here. They look the more lively here in the fourth quarter. Engen. It's been all Ollie Engen for the most part. Some of these other boys in white jerseys got to get involved. Engen for 3. Oh, rolls around every bit of the rim, pauses, and then drops. Oliver Engen brings Orangeville back to within 1. Corner 3, no good. Well, nice play by Sensori Hercules to get that back. Rigaud from the corner, bang! Ryan Rigaud. Huge 3 for Hodan. So evenly matched, these squads. I still believe, and I've said it before the season even started, the OSBA championship runs through Fort Erie. It's the best team in the country, in my book, loaded with talent. Got to look at them last week up here against the provincial squad. Fort Erie wasn't even at their best and still won by about 30-something. I think Royal Crown definitely going to be in that conversation as well. If Orangeville plays their main guys, they could be in that conversation. But it's constantly a work in progress, mix and match for different games, because when they go to the Nike EYBL, different guys are allowed to play. The fifth-year guys can't play, and same grind session. It's all over the place. Hodan back up to 67-61. Tissington underneath the Stuckey. Not a dunk, but he just rolled the ball over the rim. Still counts. 67-63. Kick out. Rigaud, he had Tissington just all undressed and then didn't want the shot. He had his defender turn the other way. But hey, when you got handled like that, Ryan Rigaud finishes it regardless. McMahon no good. I mentioned in the first half, Jack McMahon leading the Nike EYBL League in three-point shooting. Not there tonight in the home gym. Some guys sleep better in hotels, you know? Turnaround for Dante Sensori Hercules. Engen pull-up floater, and it drops. Is that an and one? What are we getting here? They're counting it and one. How? I didn't even see anyone near the shooter. I'm with Gus Gimenopoulos on this. He's beside himself, and so am I. It was like Engen pulled up in space, floater, no one near him, and a foul called. Either way, if you're Orangeville, you'll take it. With just under 3:30 to go. Ollie converts the three-point play. All Oliver Engen for Orangeville. Rigaud. And Sensori Hercules, no good. Engen, oh, lovely feed, and then what a foul. Oh, Stuckey was going for the dunk, and Sensori Hercules hammered him, which I'm okay with. That's a good foul. You had a guy that had a guaranteed dunk that could have woke up the gym, get the hometown crowd back in it. Instead, he'll shoot free throws, and he doesn't allow the gym to erupt. So smart foul from Dante. And time on the floor. So I mentioned Dante Sensori Hercules. He was part of the Basketball Without Borders. This past summer, plays AAU with Canada Elite. It's been good tonight. And 71-66. Well, I'm Chris McKee. Don't forget, drop me a follow on my Instagram, undrafted_FA. Always posting highlights and clips from these games. And I'll get some probably tomorrow. So I'm starting to feel a little bit more human, so I'll be able to sit. And I haven't done any work, any exercise over the past week because I've been violently ill. Other than going to the Pan Am Center to call the two girls' games on Saturday, I did Lowell Prep versus Redmond, and then Crestwood Prep, the girls' team, the #1 team in the country, against Kings Christian. That was a good one. I've called a bunch. I think I've called 3 Crestwood girls games so far this season. They are damn good. I've done more Crestwood girls games than Orangeville National games, and I'm the Orangeville play-by-play guy. This is only their second home game so far, so lots of games in the new year to make up for. Looking forward to it. And again, I'll be back up here Thursday for their game. 8 p.m. tip-off. Oh, I'm just going to be getting home late on that one. Lots of college hoops happening over Christmas. We'll be tuned in. And Stuckey bounces off the rim a couple times and drop for him. Caden's been really good tonight. Mentioned Caden moved here. Well, he's from Plano, Texas, but was in Springfield, Missouri for high school last year. We've had a lot of American guys come up to Orangeville over the years. It's been a couple of years, going back Howard Washington, was from the U.S., played at Syracuse following, along with O'Shea Brissett. O'Shea Canadian, though. We had Joe Jones from Buffalo. Ollie Engen, nice lay and kiss off the glass. Back to a 2-point game. Joe played at Georgia State for a few years, now at Canisius. Stepped out of bounds, Josiah Roberts. It's got to be. No, they're calling a foul on Tizington. I thought Roberts was out of bounds. Well, Hodan catches a break. 2:19 to go. Last team with the ball. I'm getting pretty good at getting a sense of the flow of games. This one, in the first quarter, you could see where it was going. Roberts lost a handle on it. Hold it up, Ollie. Wait for reinforcements. Ollie spin move says no chance. Undresses David Popa. Spin move in the finish. Oliver Engen, and we're tied at 71. Well, don't listen to me, Ollie. Keep shooting, fam. Rigaud way off. Engen comes away with it. Tizington for three, and he's fouled. You don't foul a three-point shooter, and they just did. That's basketball 101. Now, Tizington will get 3 free throws. Well, Remy from Brampton won an OSBA Academic Award. He's been up here for a couple years now. Previously at Rise Prep. What happened to Rise Prep or TRC? They were one of the, I don't know if someone can let me know, DM, because they were one of the best programs in the OSBA, and now they're not. Great facilities. Their gym was beautiful. Just, I mean, you could argue it was nicer than this gym up here in Orangeville, which is the best gym in the OSBA. And time out on the floor. Remy Tizington hits 3 free throws. And now Orangeville leads 74-71, big time. Quite the shooter, man. I was at Jay Addison, great basketball program, but I was at their gym a couple weeks ago calling a game, and it's tiny, to say the least. I was chatting with one of the guys from the OSBA about it. You ever remember the old Fresh Prince episodes whenever they had basketball, when Will and Carlton were on the basketball team, and they played in like this mini gym? They never played in a real-size gym for the sake of TV. That's what the Jay Addison gym looks like, the gym in the Fresh Prince episodes. It's like a grade school gym. Well, we're getting down to it. Back and forth we go. Hodan looked to be comfortable for a while there at the start of the fourth quarter, and now Oliver Engen almost single-handedly has woken up his Orangeville squad. And there they go. Now with a 3-point lead, courtesy of 3 free throws from Remy Tizington. Well, Larry Blunt giving some instructions to his lads with 1:40 to go. Play smart. That's got to be the number one instruction here for both teams. These teams so even. This is like a good college conference rivalry game. Teams so evenly matched. Good vibe in the gym. Lee out to Roberts, short. And that hit Remy in the head on the rebound and bounced right to Oliver Engen. Rigaud's got to watch it here. No hand check fouls. Stuckey. Shot clock at 8, 7. And a tripping foul. Sensore Hercules. 2 minutes for tripping. They're calling for that shot to count, but it shouldn't because it was well before the shot went off. I'll be on the side of Hodan here. Under a minute to go. But either way, they're in the bonus. So they're going to shoot free throws anyway. I think he was looking for the 3 free throws instead of the 2. Ollie Engen. Engen at 2024. Can see he's grown a couple inches height-wise, even just when he stood next to me calling that game with me for the provincial squad. You can see him like, he's grown a bit. Big free throws, huge. 5-point game. So if you're Hodan, you don't need 3, but it would help. Popa. Kick out in the corner. No good. Roberts. And Hodan just looks too tight. Popa for 3, why not? Rims out, not there. You got to foul. Foul him. Get it over. Get it over. Ooh. I didn't think they needed to wait for the foul. But with 26.2 to go, Orangeville looks good. I won't say it just yet. But they can definitely ice it by hitting both free throws here. If it's a 2-possession game, we still got life. If they make it a 3-possession game, this one's done. Well, I've hit the wall energy-wise, calling my second game, so I don't think I'm going to do any post-game interviews with the guys. Well, someone's screaming over on the Orangeville bench. Fun night of hoops. Two entertaining games at least. That's all you can ask, because we've had some blowouts, especially over the years here at Orangeville. A lot of blowouts. You know, for 5 years, it was always Orangeville doing the blowouts, and then last year, it's kind of the other way around quite a bit until late in the season when Orangeville kind of got it together. And I always everyone's always got babies in this gym. You can see Demaya Woodward walking with a little tiny baby that's got to be just a few months old. And some huge free throws here that can ice the game for Orangeville coming up. Is it Engen or Tissington taking it? Looks like Engen. So Ollie has had one of his best nights as an Orangeville player here tonight. Definite player of the game, hands down, not even close. That's what you want your point guard. You know, in these scrappy games, put the game on his shoulder. Misses the first one. So Hodan still with life, because if they can hit 2 threes, they still got life. So Ollie hits 1. Here you go. So Gus Gimenopoulos wants a couple seconds here to draw something up. I mean, you got to be looking David Popa. He's been cold tonight compared to how good he usually is, but he's still one of the best 3-point shooters in the country. So get it to 13 and see if he can wake up. We'll always appreciate you guys tuning in, and blessed for the opportunity to do this. There's few places I'd rather be in the world than here in this gym calling games. So plenty of time in basketball life, plenty of time left. Need a couple threes. You got to get, I just hope they don't go for the 2. It's like, look, roll the dice here. This is the game. You got to get at least 1 3. Playing the 2 foul, it's not going to work. So let's find Popa 3. Even Ryan Regault has been really good. Get him a chance. Here we go. 26.2 to go. Can Hodan find a miracle? Leaves it for Popa. Rago for 3. No good. And that'll do it. Orangeville fouled. Tisington fouled. And just got to hit one free throw, and this game's over. Well, no highlight reel dunks for the most part. Just some good shooting, tough, rugged game. And Remy Tisington can ice. He just hit 3 free throws in a row. He can ice it right here. Game over. Well, that'll do it. Orangeville with a much-needed W. Got to build some momentum heading into Christmas break. 2 for 2. Nicely done. Tisington, 5 huge free throws down the stretch. Rago, no good. Roberts, kick out. Popa doesn't drop. And it's going to be white ball, Orangeville ball. So they can dribble it out with an 8-point lead with 9.4 to go. So Hodan, the game was there for the taking. I thought late third quarter, or early fourth, they looked the better team. But alas, Oliver Engen, don't foul now. Just to quote Eminem, sometimes you just got to admit when it's it, it's it. Well, fans starting to empty out of the gym. And Engen cap off his incredible performance tonight. And my voice finally starting to crack on me after 2 games doing this. Well, I fought through it. No excuses, got to play hurt sometime. Popa doesn't drop, and that's game over. Impressive performance by both Orangeville teams tonight, especially this one. They didn't look like they had their best game, but still managed to find something, dig deep and get that win. So congrats to Larry Blunt on a well-coached night. Also, shout out to Ollie Engen. Big game tonight, man, player of the game. Well, I'm Chris McKee. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll be back up here on Thursday starting at 8 p.m. for more Orangeville prep action.